everybody. Thought I would do a tour today of the park strip. It's looking so pretty. We've got this drops of Jupiter, oregano, and this salvia, pink profusion. These, what's this called? Lady's mantle. I love the leaves on this. They get really, they're so pretty when like the rain is falling because the drops get stuck on them and they're really fuzzy and soft. Here I have some blue flax that I'm waiting anxiously for to get multiply, reseed itself all over here. It's really pretty when it's blooming. Those ones are kind of dying back. There's a bunch of tulips in here from earlier this spring. This is a Helen von Stein lamb's ear, which supposedly is not flowering as much as the silver carpet, but there's still blooms on it, so I'm going to need to cut those back. I do not want that many lamb's ear to just keep making more. You'll see some little indentations every once in a while where I've put some blue flax seed and some Rocky Mountain penstemon. Hopefully that will work and germinate, but I don't know. I'm kind of losing hope that it's gonna seed. This airy looking thing here that you see all around is forget-me-nots, and they are a different kind than I thought I was getting. I did these from seed, and they just have these super teeny tiny flowers that are a lot lighter blue than other ones I've seen. The bees love this, the honeybees. I don't see very many native bees on here. I do want to add more native plants to this area because I pretty much see it dominated by honeybees, which are native to Europe and Africa. I planted this tiny little showy goldeneye, which is native here to northern Utah. So I'm excited about that. This is our sad ginkgo tree that got nipped by the frost after it had already leafed out, and then it started growing leaves, and then it got nipped again. So I don't know if I want to keep. We might replace them because it's kind of frustrating that they're just looking this way all the way until June. Here I have a bunch of cat's pajamas nepeta. Making kind of a river was my goal, to make it look kind of like a river, and then also divide between all my spring blooming stuff, and then I had fall stuff on here, but I think I'm going to kind of mix it a little bit more. I couldn't decide if I was going to keep this. This was another one of these grasses, so it's there while I make up my mind. It's still alive, it's just not leafed out yet. It's really cool on this sedum here. You can see like every single ladybug life cycle. There's so many aphids on here. So if you see all of these little tiny dots everywhere, those are aphids or aphid debris. And then do you see this guy here? That is a ladybug larva. And they eat the most aphids when they're in that phase. So I don't spray in my garden. Here's another little ladybug larva right there, this guy. And then you see a ladybug right there, and let's see, here's a pupa as it's changing from that alligator looking form to the ladybug form. Let me see if I can find some eggs on here too. Oh look, there's a good spot that shows the larva and the ladybug. And then where were those eggs? They must have hatched because I thought they were right in here. Yeah, well, they're just little tiny orange eggs. That's too bad. Can't show you the eggs. They lay them in a little cluster. And here I have planted a hyssop that will be purple when it's blooming. Oh, I just love this combination so much. Isn't that just beautiful? Oh, I love it. I don't think you can hear all of the bees, but it's super loud, which is kind of one of my favorite things, that sound. This is a creeping phlox that was fabulous earlier this season. Our Hobbit fairy garden. A neighbor came by and left this painted rock, and my kids think that it was left by the fairies. That makes me so happy. I want to make a bigger Hobbit house that I actually make, and then I want to mound it up with dirt and then put some of this Scotch moss growing on top so it looks like grass. I think that'd be really fun. This grass is called dwarf hamelin grass. The aphids are not bothering my stuff. Oh my gosh, look at, there's just so many of these larvae that are ladybug larvae. The aphids, they put this sticky stuff, they secrete this sticky stuff onto the sedum, but it doesn't hurt the plant and it's fine. And so I just let it be part of my habitat here that I'm trying to create. More of those same plants repeating here. See if I can get a good look at the whole space. The lighting is a bit harsh right now, but it kind of always is. Or in the evening, if I wait till the evening and there's just a lot of people. I added this nature I spy. I'm gonna put like a nature fact or quiz or an I spy here. So this one is about praying mantis and what their egg sacs looks like, and you can try to find where the egg sac is hiding in the fairy garden. Can you find it? I'll give you a hint, it's on the bottom near the mushroom. So this is an egg sac of a praying mantis. I think this one's already hatched because I see lots of little holes in it. They usually hatch after I see the first baby grasshoppers. And this plant here is the Scotch moss. Look at, is there a bee? Is that a dead bee or is it alive? Oh, it's a dead bee or dying, maybe. It is not dead. Maybe it will warm up or get happy if I hold it for a minute. Maybe it's thirsty. We'll see if it wants some water. I have a little bee bowl over here. They can't, they have short legs, obviously, so if you give them a water source, you have to make sure that it has somewhere for them to land and drink safely. Okay, I'm just holding her and I have a drop of water on my hand, so she doesn't seem very interested. We'll see. The other day I had one like this and it sat on my hand for a minute and then flew off. It seemed like it got more energy back. So I have this other corner. This is just on the other side of the fairy garden. And I have these alliums. I love these Schubertii alliums so much. Maybe I'll come around to the other side here. I have the Globe Masters, which are those taller ones. Here. And then these Schubertii, which are just massive. And they look like a firework, which was kind of my goal. So I like to spray paint them for the 4th of July. I also didn't mention here, this ground cover up front is called Blue Star Creeper. I really like it, but it was kind of getting into the other stuff, and so that's why I put this retaining wall so that hopefully it kind of keeps it out and keeps the two separated this year. Um, this is my attempt at a bonsai tree. I like it. It's got new growth on it. I think it'd be kind of fun to have a few of those there. I've planted a ton of zinnia seeds here in this area, and then also dahlias that will be blooming later in the season. These are those rocks that a neighbor painted and left here in the fairy garden. Soon to be blooming is this serendipity allium. And then I have some yarrow in front of that as well. Here, this is a better lighting for the park strip right now. These are all drought tolerant plants. They still need some water, but not as much as a lot of other things. Up here we have some lettuce growing right here, and some pansies, and more lady's mantle, boxwoods. Oh, this bee is making me sad. I don't think she can make it. Some zinnias up here in the front. These little white guys. And then I have packed this full of tiny little seedlings as well, and I'm so happy that they're all coming up. I flagged a few so that I could see if my seedlings were getting eaten. It looks like one of them did get eaten. I'm trying to figure out the best pesticide-free use. Yeah, see, look, this one's getting eaten. There were several there. I was thinking maybe if I just had a ton of them, then I would have some get eaten, but then I would still have a bunch that were kind of left alone. So that's kind of my goal over in here, in this area here. I'll show you, because I had a bunch that I just took last year. Look what she's doing. She's making circles. Last time this happened, it started moving around and getting more mobile, and then it flew off. So I wonder if that's what's happening. I don't know what kind of bee that is. I'm gonna have to look it up. So you see a ton coming up right here. I just took a flower head from last year and then pulled all of the petals and leaves off. You can see like the petal debris from this area. See how it's a petal, not leaves, petals. And then at the end, that's a seed, a zinnia seed. So you don't even have to pull them off or separate them like you could if you wanted to, but I just put all of the whole seed head right into like a cardboard box. And then I put the whole thing out here, and you could see so many of these are getting eaten. But I think because I have so many, that I really just only want one per spot, because I have all these dahlias that are flagged with the popsicle sticks. So we'll see if that works. That's my goal. Here I have some Jupiter's beard that's white. Oh, I'm excited because I'm trying to attract butterflies to my yard more, and supposedly that one is a good butterfly attractor. These here are cosmos that came back from last year all on their own, and we're not supposed to be like quite warm enough for that, so that's cool. I have this baptisia here that's really cool. I can't wait till it gets a little bigger. I love that it fades. It's like an ombre. Super cool. Over here, this is a weeping white spruce and a bunch of David Austin roses, Eustacia vi, that are about to bloom. This rose bush is really covered in aphids too, but I see a lot of natural predators coming because I'm not spraying. There's like a bunch of hoverfly larvae. Here's a wasp that's going to be eating and hunting the aphids because they are a predator. Let's see, what are these black things on here? I don't know what those are. I'm gonna have to find out. See, did you see that wasp? I just got really close to it and it flew off. They leave you alone. When they're hunting, they don't care. They just fire their nests that they don't like you. They're all over and they never bother me. So a lot of these get kind of ruined by aphids, but this blooms so profusely because look here. Look at all those aphids. So many aphids. Oh, look. She's getting ready to fly off. I don't know. She seems very tired. Aphids kind of ruin a bunch of my blooms, but then the natural predators show up and take care of it. And there were a lot more on here. I don't see as many aphids as there are now, or as there used to be. And they don't. Oh wow, look, there's another wasp. There's lots. Oh, she flew off. Do you see her? Yay. Sorry, I'm so distracted with her on my hand this whole time. Also, the ladybugs come. So here's a ladybug taking care of it. This sticky sap is from the aphids. I don't mind it though. Like when you just look at it overall, it really doesn't matter. This skin is like an aphid skin shedding. And overall, you just look at it and think it's so pretty, right? So some of these blooms will not open, but the overall look is still very impressive. And so I just let it be a habitat because that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm not sure what these irises are. They're really pretty dark purple. I got them from a plant swap, so unfortunately I don't know the variety. Behind them is a hydrangea, a little lime punch. That's a fun one. Some Veronica here, White Wands Veronica, that it never blooms super long. I might replace that. I think I'm going to put some penstemons here that are native. This is berry bush. I can't remember the name of snowberry. Proudberry coralberry shrub. They get these soft pink berries in the fall. This is Midnight Masquerade penstemon. Also has a bunch of aphids on it, I can see, but it doesn't hurt the plant, and it's food for wildlife, and it's part of a balanced ecosystem. So I just leave it. So many times we think things are like gonna kill our plants, and it's fine. It's just normal. What is this here? There we go. Some kind of caterpillar and a couple aphids. I don't know what kind of caterpillar that is, but it's food for birds and later going to become a pollinator, so that's fine. And look, again, there's a ladybug. So, oh, look at the bumblebee. I just learned the name of this bumblebee and I can't remember. Starts with an H, I think. Yeah, anyway. These are a bunch of strawberries that I have as a ground cover, which I really have a love-hate with. It's really great. They do keep out weeds, and my kids love them. So until I have a more dedicated vegetable area, that will stay. This is David Austin Crown Princess Margareta Rose, and I need to finish my trellis so that I can start wrapping it up here. That project is not one I want to do. I really got to do it because this is going to start hardening and being difficult to lift up and wrap around. This is a euonymus here that I was trying to have eventually climb up this as well, but I don't know that it's ever going to do it because the deer always come and eat it. So it's always having to grow new leaves instead of grow new growth. Eventually I'd like this rose to be wrapping part of it here and then part of it kind of going into this area because it's just kind of boring in there. And we sit up here a lot, and I'd really like that to kind of block the street view a little bit. This is a Jackmany clematis that is wonderful. It always gets super tall. These are fish representing Children's Day. There's a neighbor that lived in Japan for a while, so they gave those to us. They represent all the people in the family, and a bunch of people in our street participate with that. So I have just so many wasps too. You can see there's another one flying around. But they don't bother. They don't bother us at all. We have not ever been stung unless we've like stepped on a flower that was getting pollinated, like clover. That's like when we've gotten stung. So don't step on flowers barefoot and you'll be fine. These are hydrangeas, little lime hydrangeas. And then this is that drops of Jupiter oregano and coral bells heuchera. And a Japanese Hakanakloa grass that my cat keeps munching on. So I don't know that that's ever going to get big enough that I'll get to see it. I'm really enjoying how everything is turning out this year. I have this creeping Jenny that's looking really nice up against these boxwoods. And I can't wait for later in the season when there's just a ton of zinnias here. So thanks for coming and joining me in my garden today, and come again soon.